Hare Krishna. So we welcome you all for today Throwback Thursday program. And today with us we have a very special guest, His Grace Shethavip Prabhuji. So I'll give a brief introduction about Prabhuji before Prabhuji speaks. So Prabhuji, got connected to Krishna consciousness in 1977. Before I was even born. So it's our very great fortune that we have such a senior disciple, senior devotee among us. So Prabhuji is a disciple of His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj. And Prabhuji is serving, since 1977. Initially, Prabhuji served in Iskcon Vrindavan, and then Prabhuji also was part of like served in West Bengal, in Mayapur, I think. And after that, Prabhuji, like was part of Padyatra. So Prabhuji was mentioning like in, I think 1991, Prabhuji, he started serving in Padyatra. So those who don't know about Padyatra still, so maybe I'll request Prabhuji, we can just briefly talk about it as well, because Prabhuji, is like doing this Padyatra. And many of us we don't see, like I am staying close to Iskcon Noida, and in Noida it's mainly Loknath Swami Maharaj temple. So we have a lot of Padyatra devotees. We see the bulls over here. We get the darshan, the Gaur Nitai. So I got little exposure, but many of us may not be aware of it. So like that. And throughout and Prabhuji was also involved, in a lot of different services throughout his spiritual tenure. So we welcome Prabhuji by chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Over to you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Minitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So, thank you very much for giving me this golden opportunity to speak a little bit about Maharaj. As one of the article I read describes Maharaj as a gentle giant. So, you see, we'll speak a little bit about Padyatra, definitely, but we can never stop speaking and sharing about Maharaj glories, his pastimes. When I was, of course, I joined full time in 1983, in the mid of 1983. And I used to read the magazine of Mayapur. There was two editions. And I was always meditating while doing my service in Mauritius on the Iskcon Vedic form, which is now known as Shri Krishna Baram Mandir. It is situated in the east of Mauritius, a place called Bonacay. Of course, now it's also called Vrindavan Road, Bonacay. So it's a very beautiful and very well-established farm community where devotees, grihasthas, a lot of grihastha devotees, they stay and they do service, and they also maintain the grihastha life. Also, there is a few brahmacharis also staying. Nothing like in Mayapur or in India. So Maharaj, as Prabhupada has quoted, that these are his dancing white elephants. Yes. So Maharaj, as we most of us know, he joined at a very young age when he was still in his, I think, very young age, 1968.
Right.
Yeah, and then he took initiation very early. He got his second initiation also. Plus, he got after some time he got sannyas initiation. What I feel from my heart whenever since I met Maharaj, I read about him before, but when I met him first time in Mayapur, I really was very touched. First of all, such as one of the article in Desire Tree, it says a gentle giant. So he was very compassionate. He is very compassionate. He's an ocean of compassion. He's full of, he's very caring And even not only for his disciples, but for everyone who visited Mayapur. And he has personal touch always with devotees. And all the service that he did since he joined as a brahmachari, then he became a sannyasi. Uh, to me, it's not an ordinary thing to see like Gopal Krishna Maharaj or we see Radhanath Swami. They Maharaj did so much service. Unbelievable. 24-hour traveling, preaching, establishing the Mayapur project and growing the Namhata, especially all over Bengal and all over, going in South India, all over India, mainly in Orissa, Bengal, and South India, and going to Bangladesh, traveling extensively all over the world. That's an ordinary person cannot do that. Maharaj is a very special birth, and he has a very special. Uh, he's a very very special disciple of Srila Prabhupada. There's many got the opportunity, got the blessing to become disciple of Srila Prabhupada, but some of them they became really outstanding and very very unique and very strong. It's like many were given opportunity, thousands and thousands. Many became serious, and some left the movement, some left the shelter of Iskcon society. And if you become inimical also, as we know, but some really became very, very strong uh, preachers, strong, solid um, faith on Srila Prabhupada's instructions, and whatever Srila Prabhupada asked them to do, they performed it very well and unbelievable for more than 5 decades, almost 6 decades. Jayapataka Swami is still carrying on, in spite of all his disabilities in his body, but still he is a very powerful spiritual warrior that is going on the battlefield of this Kali Yuga, especially Bengal. If you read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a lot happened in the past. Even in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu time, there was Nawab Hussain Shah, Chand Kazi, all these people ruling Bengal, and there was so many things happening. But then the Lord appeared purposely in this Kali Yuga in Mayapur, Navadip Mayapur, and in this parampara, Prabhupada appeared, and in this among all the disciples of Prabhupada, Sri Jayapataka Swami, he came and he never looked back. He never turned to America again. He became a Gaura Deshvasi and he became also Brijbasi because Radha Madhav and Astasaki are residing there in Mayapur. So unbelievable. Every year when I used to come, of course I was on Padayatra for many years. So every time when I used to come from Padayatra, we used to stop during Gaur Purnima time and we used to stop during Brajamandal Parikrama time, Kartik time. We used to stop the Padayatra, we used to leave behind a few devotees and we used to come and attend the program after walking and going through these, walking on these busy roads on the highways of India, where you can see trucks and trucks and trucks, and preaching in small villages, remote villages. And so mm, my point is, we feel very relieved to come to Mayapur after going through towns and villages, walking with block cart, etc. So we used to become very, very relieved for some time. We used to participate in the Navadip Mandal Parikrama with Jayapataka Swami, Lokanath Swami Maharaj, and thousands of devotees. And we used to also spend very valuable time. But Maharaj's presence on this whole Mayapur festival of God Purnima was very, very special because he used to walk around his big body and very, very well established in his Krishna consciousness, very well versed, knew Bengali, more than Bengali devotees, I think. And the pastimes that he used to narrate on the different pastime places we used to visit on Navadip Mandal Parikrama, those days, it just started in the late 80s, just started, and then Lokanath Swami came, and then together with the management of Mayapur and Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, devotees got opportunity to walk and to experience wherever different pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates happened. But everyone who used to get opportunity to speak and talk about the pastimes of Lord and his associates. But when Jayapataka Swami used to speak, it was really nectar, Chaitan Charitamrit, real Amrit flowing, and it was very, very nice. When we used to finish our Navadip Mandal Parikrama and finish with Gaur Purnima, we became like, because on Padayatra, it was very tough. And a lot of time we had to face a lot of challenges. We used to walk for 15, 20, sometimes 25 kilometer. And every day we have to change different place. So a lot of fun because for young devotees, for brahmacharis especially, the wealth is austerities, tapasya. So performing tapasya and going around, it was, but also a lot of challenges we had to face, whether dealing with different people in different states, etc., etc. Now, what we'd like to speak on Padayatra in general. Is it okay so far, Prabhu, Akshay?
Yes, 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 Prabhuji.
So, as we know from time immemorial, Padayatra has been performed uh, for thousands of years, even million, I can say. Like Lord Ram, he performed Padayatra with Mother Sita and Lakshman. They left Ayodhya and they walked all the way through Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh, and they went to Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu. And acharyas that came, of course, when the acharyas, they come on this planet, they are sent by the Supreme Lord. They come to re-establish dharma on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then they come to destroy the misconceptions, the doubts, and the malpractice of the human beings, and they uplift the society. So part of the mission, they do Padayatra. Most of them they did. Shankaracharya, he did Padayatra extensively all over India and re-established the worship of many temple deities and composed many, many prayers in Sanskrit, glorifying the different pastimes of the lordships in different places. And of course, Ramanujacharya also did Padayatra, and Madhvacharya walked all the way to Himalaya, to Badrinath, to take darshan of Vyasdev, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did Padayatra 6 years, 4 years all over South India. And different, our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya Acharya also used to do lot of Padayatra, up and down from Puri to Vrindavan, or from Bengal to Vrindavan. And of course, Vishwarup, before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vishwarup went on Padayatra. Nityananda Prabhu, from Ekachagra Gram, he went with his sadhu that came and asked his parents to let him come with the sadhu and do seva and then walk with him. So he walked all over Bharat. So this is a culture from time immemorial that many of these, of course, the sadhus, sometimes the grihasthas as well, one time in their lifetime, they do Padayatra. Char Dham means Badrinath Dham, Kedarnath Dham, Dwarka Dham, Rameshwaram Dham. Of course, uh, Vrindavan Dham, Mayapur, Jagannath Puri also is also there. But Srila Prabhupada, somehow or other, he didn't get enough time to walk all this long distance Padayatra. He used to do morning walk and he used to, with his disciples, and chant, but he rather went 14 times around the planet using flights, cars, and all means of vehicles, just to, because he had limited amount of time, so he went and spread the Krishna consciousness, gave the chanting of Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And he also gave all these books, and he built temples, 108 temples, small centers, temples, formed communities, etc. And he established a movement at large all over the world. But towards the end, he had a very strong desire to do some Padayatra. Of course, he did parikrama of Vrindavan, of Govardhan, all over. But doing this all India Padayatra Chardham, he couldn't do it. That's why, although they tried to take him those days when towards the end, when he was not well at all, he has a lot of bodily uh, discomfort, and they tried to take him in palanquin, in bullock cart, but it was not possible. So then he instructed Lokanath Swami Maharaj to do this bullock cart yatra to every town and village. Prithiviteya Chayata Dangari Gram Sarvatra Pracharo Elamarana. That time, before that, Lokanath Swami was doing bus Sankirtan party, the big bus that came from Germany, Europe. But unfortunately, somehow it was not happening. So then Prabhupada instructed him to, very simple, we don't need expensive buses, but can go on bullock cart. So Lokanath Swami, he tried and he did successfully a few times from 1976 when Srila Prabhupada was still here. He did the Padayatra for a couple of years, for some time. But it was not happening until the time came to celebrate Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's 500 years anniversary, which was going to happen in 1986 in Mayapur Dham. Of course, that time I was not on Padayatra, India. So it was Jayapataka Swami Maharaj who Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, inspired in his heart that to celebrate this 500 years anniversary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, let's do Padayatra. So he was the one who got very inspired, and he came and he brought it in the annual GBC meeting, and then it was accepted, and preparation started. And because Prabhupada, he chose Lokanath Swami Maharaj to perform this valuable service of going every villages, every small towns in Bharat Bhumi in India. So, and Jayapataka Swami, he chose Lokanath Swami to lead this whole Padayatra crew. And it started from Dwarka in 1984 on the day of Radha Astami on the 2nd of September. And we started, devotees started. That time there was plenty of devotees from all over India, all over the world. And several Swami, Jayadvaita Swami, Jayapataka Swami, Lokanath Swami, and several of them. And after that, but there was a lot of Gujarati, kakas also, elderly persons also, and a lot of devotees from Gujarat. Some of them, they were not fully Iskcon devotee, but they're very pious, very committed. So they joined. Even ladies joined, grihasthas joined, and brahmacharis, plenty, and sannyasis also. So they started to walk from Dwarka, and the main inspiration was coming from His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. That time they had a big elephant. We had our Jayapataka Swami, who is like a white dancing elephant. And we have a big elephant that the devotees got from Ahmedabad. There is a Jagannath temple, and the Mahant, they agreed to sell the elephant to Padayatra, and they got an elephant, sheer elephant, Lakshmi Devi. That time there was a camel also. Maharaj and Lokanath Swami, they decided to have a camel. His name was Sham. And then we had these big, big bullocks, from Gujarat, called concrete breed. They're huge. They are like very strong, and they can tolerate any kind of weather all over Bharat Bhumi. So they started from Dwarka, and 200-300 devotees walking and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It was very powerful, yatra. Very, very powerful vibration when they were moving. And they had a tractor. The tractor had several trolleys to put luggages and etc. And they had other vehicles. Of course, Padayatra, the way Lokanath Swami and Jayapataka Swami, they organized, and they delegated devotees to do advance arrangement. And the devotees were provided vehicles where they used to go to arrange, because 200 devotees or more are appearing in a small village, and the sarpanch will get a bit, very, very surprised, shocked also. Don't know what to do. So that's why 1 week before they were contacted, and they were then proper. Of course, when you go to meet the sarpanch or any spiritual leaders in different areas, they used to cooperate and help. They used to provide all the bhoga. Some of them used to provide even bullock food, and then many things. So every evening there was a program happening, pandal program, big pandal program, or they in towns they used to hire hall, and oh, yeah. So it was a lot of work, but still devotee with Jayapataka Swami and Lokanath Swami heading the whole crew. They were able to go from Gujarat to Maharashtra, and then to Karnataka, and to Kerala, and to Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, all these places, and Orissa, and they reached Bengal in time before Gaur Purnima in 1986. Now, the deities they carried in the chariot that was pulled by two big bullocks. The deity, when they arrived in Mayapur, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, he was very, very attached to the deities. So he wanted the lordship stay there. So the deities were installed in the Bhajan Kutir of Srila Prabhupada. If devotees will visit Mayapur, they will see Gonitai, where in Prabhupada Bhajan Kutir, sorry, and 24-hour kirtan is going on. So this is the deity of Padayatra that have gone from Dwarka in the different direction, because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he went on Padayatra 500 more than 500 years ago, he started from Jagannath Puri, where he was staying in Gambhira, and he started to walk, and he went to first several places in Orissa. Then he went to first place he went to in Andhra Pradesh was Srikakulam, and then he walked to different places, Ahovalam, Simhachalam, Ahovalam, Mangalgiri, and it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita in detail, and where exactly he has gone. He went to Tirupati, and on the bank of Godavari he met Ramananda Rai. He went to Kovur, Before that, he went to Rajmundry on the other side of Godavari. And he went all over Tamil Nadu to all these places. And he spent in Shirangam 4 months of Chaturmas. And yeah. So when Jayapataka Swami Maharaj and Lokanath Swami and all these hundreds of devotees, they left with his whole crew of elephant, camel, bullocks, and then they went in the other direction and they came up to Mayapur to celebrate the big event of. But in Mauritius also, we were very inspired with a great idea and inspiration coming from His Holiness Jayapataka Swami. So in Mauritius also, in the same year, in 1984, Padayatra was conducted. Oh, yes. And His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj, he took all the brahmacharis. We had a big building called White House in one of the towns of Mauritius called Katrabon. This is where the Hare Krishna, there was another Hare Krishna explosion. This is where Radha Golokananda, the main deity of Mauritius Island, was installed in 1983. And this is where also very inspired by what was happening in our Bharat Bhumi, all the devotees were going on Padayatra. So same year, we I was not staying in the building called White House somehow. It was white, but I was staying on the Iskcon Vedic form as a student, as a brahmachari. But the devotee got very inspired, and 30 or more brahmacharis mainly, they left the opulent and very vibrant and deity, and it was very, very. All the inhabitants of the ashram were crying that they when all the brahmacharis were leaving, and they were going to walk all over Mauritius. So in Mauritius also devotees walked for 2 years until 1986. That time in a well organized. But of course, Mauritius is a small island. So sometimes they walk for 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers, and in between sugarcane fields. Yes, so sometimes they walk maximum 8 kilometers. You will get another village, another small town, etc. So and everywhere, either there is sugarcane fields, or in the south you get forests, and you get a lot of tea plantation also. So devotees walked here also, inspired by His Holiness Lokanath Swami and His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, under the guidance of Giriraj Swami Maharaj, and also one Prabhupada disciple from Canada, Kaladas Prabhu. He also joined, and he stayed with us and guided us and blessed us on Padayatra Mauritius. So personally, sorry, when all this Padayatra happened, Padayatra reached Mayapur, and the celebration was over. So then Lokanath Swami Maharaj got very inspired by what Jayapataka Swami did 2 years together with him. Very, very inspired. So then he decided to take the Padayatra further all over India. So the deity already was installed in the Bhajan Kutir of Srila Prabhupada. But then Maharaj Lokanath Swami ordered another set of deities. That's right. The deity that went all over Nitai Gaur Sundar, that went all over India from Dwarka to Mayapur, they had both hand up like that. But the deity that Lokanath Swami chose from Bankura, they had one hand up and one hand like this. So, yeah. So Lokanath Swami used to tell us in the beginning days when I came to join Padayatra in 89, the beginning of 89, that Lord saying, Masuchaha Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami masuchaha. Because on Padayatra, we had to face a lot of challenges, sometimes danger also. Yeah. What I personally experienced when I joined, at that time, we were a group of 40, 50, sometimes it will become 60. A good amount of devotees, not difficult to handle. So Jai Vijay Prabhu was our leader. But before Jai Vijay Prabhu, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj disciple Prataparudra Prabhu was looking after Padayatra. He's from Tirupati temple. And also Bhadra Prabhu, the father of Vishwambar Prabhu. Vishwambar Prabhu, when he was he was a child, and he was taking part in Padayatra and Parikramas. Yeah. So after Bhadra Prabhu and Prataparudra Prabhu, then Jai Vijay Prabhu took over. Then he also is very inspired by Lokanath Swami Maharaj and his spiritual master, and Jayapataka Swami, who played a very great, his heart, his powerful and strong inspiration to do this Padayatra that was not completed by Srila Prabhupada. So both Lokanath Swami and Jayapataka Swami completed this desire of Prabhupada. And then after, when Padayatra went on further, they went further Bihar and UP, and they went to Himalaya. They went all over, and they came down to Vrindavan, and then they came to Kumbh Mela in Prayagraj, Allahabad. And then they came to Chitrakoot, all these places. Then I joined when they were coming down to a place called Ramtek. Ramtek is in north of Nagpur, where Lord Ram, Mother Sita, and Lakshman, they came and they took rest. There's a beautiful lake there, Kund, and then there is a beautiful temple. I joined in this area and I joined the Padayatra. Somehow or other, I come from Mauritius, a small country, and a small valley called, in French, we call Vallée de Pètre. But also the area where I come from, the mountain area, they do a lot of Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas satsang. Every corner of my valley, they recite from many, many decades. My elders, my grandfathers, they all recite and they sing the glories of Ramayana daily. Somewhere some Ramayana katha is happening. That's why this place is called Chitrakoot. So somehow or other, when I joined Padayatra, I came from first time from Mauritius. After taking part in this Padayatra in Mauritius, I wasn't full time in the Padayatra Mauritius. I was coming now and then and escaping from my responsibilities on the Iskcon Vedic form. And I used to join and take part and enjoy and go back to do my service for some days. But then I left Mauritius in the beginning of 89. And somehow or other, when I joined Padayatra, it was in a Lodram pastime place. And when we reached Nagpur, that time Radharaman Prabhu, who is Radharaman Maharaj now, he was there. He was in an Iskcon Nagpur temple. So then we took part in Ram Navami. There was a big procession. We took part with our chariot, our bullock cart, and all our devotees from many countries. That was beautiful about when Jai Vijay Prabhu was managing the Padayatra. We had devotees from all over the world, all over India. We had from Europe, from South America, from USA, from Canada, from Australia, from Russia. So he was a very, uh, also a very good manager, very meticulous into taking care of every details of Padayatra. Jai Vijay Prabhu was our main source of inspiration on Padayatra. and he was like a elder brother to us. And because of his guidance, his blessings, his ashray, that we were able to go through all India Padayatra very well, and understanding understanding the purpose of Padayatra, the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and understanding the different pastimes in different places of we were visiting, we were taking darshan. And Prabhu, he was very well versed in Jai Vijay Prabhu. So after we finished with Nagpur, we carried on towards Akola, Bulrana, and Amravati, all these places. Then we went to Pune. We reached Pune. The Padayatra was arranged in such a way that we can also take part in a big festival happening in different holy places. So we went to Pune, and from there we went to Dehu with our chariot, with our elephant, with our, of course, that time we had no camel. Camel was, he took retirement. And bullocks also, we always change. After some years, the bullock is changed, and there are several bullocks retired in Mayapur Dham, and some bullocks retired in Vrindavan. So over the years, now 40 years, Padayatra is being done in India. So the bullocks, after 4 or 5 years, they go to uh, enjoy in holy places. Also, when Jayapataka Swami came uh, and brought several of his dear disciples, that is very special also. Many of Maharaj disciples are very, very good disciples, good devotees, very committed, very surrendered. One of them was Radha Duti Prabhu. He joined Padayatra and he took a lot of responsibilities on Padayatra. And he couldn't speak English very much, but he was very, very, very responsible devotee and very committed devotee, very caring. So then after when he left Padayatra, he went to take charge of different service that Maharaj gave him, especially looking after the huge, massive cooking seva, and he took care of Goshala seva also, etc. So when we went to this place, Dehu, then we started to walk, and together with the Dindi Yatra, and we were allowed to, because they have already well organized, well set, and different sets of devotees coming from different Varkare, different areas, where they chant their own prayers and their own mantras. But we were very caring and lovingly given permission to be in between them. So we went with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nitai Gaur Sundar, and big deity of Srila Prabhupada in the front sitting. And we went all the 2 weeks to different places, through Pune and many places, until we reached Pandharpur, and where Ashar Ekadasi is celebrated big time on the bank of Chandrabhaga River. And of course, Padayatra, we went. We already, Iskcon had a center there already, small center, other side of Chandrabhaga River. And we parked there with all our equipments, all our uh, elephant, bullocks, and we had a very devotional, prayerful time in 1989. This was in 1989. Then we proceeded and we went several places in different states, especially where Lord Ram. This time we went to different pastime places where Lord Ram went, especially Hampi. Hampi is a place on the bank of Tungabhadra River, and it was very special. Of course, there was a king, I think King Krishna Dev Rai, who built many temples there. But this is where Lord Ram met Sugriv, and Rishimukh Parvat, he met Hanumanji, and a lot of pastimes happened of Ramayan until Lord Ram took his army and he proceeded to Tamil Nadu and he went to Rameshwaram. But Padayatra went all these places of Lord Ram pastimes. and then we reached Mayapur again. Then the second time when I participated in Padayatra, the second round of India, we went where from Mayapur we started after Gaur Purnima. We went to all the pastime places of where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went on his Padayatra tour. We followed all these places and we went all over South India and then all the states of India. We went with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu deities, with Srila Prabhupada, his books. And the miracle happened in Padayatra. In the beginning days when I went, we hardly were distributing many books on Padayatra. A lot of time we had to wait to Delhi to give us funds to run the Padayatra. And so and so. But then there is a time when one of the devotee came from Europe in the beginning of 89 also, Sanatan Prabhu. When he came, then he came with the same strong enthusiasm to distribute books. And in between, Lokanath Swami Maharaj came, one of the remote villages. And there was usually when we stopped after taking bath, cooking and taking prasadam in the afternoon, we prepare for evening program. And sometimes we have halls in towns or small towns, or we have open air program most of the time in remote villages. We used to sleep in the schools. The principals and the sarpanch used to arrange uh, schools or any building, empty building. But we used most of the time we used to have open program in front of the deity. As usual, we had every day without fail Gora Arti on Padayatra. Without fail, no devotee will miss Mangal Arti and Tulsi Puja. All these morning program will do. Of course, Bhagavatam class we will do during when we stop for breakfast after walking for 8 kilometers. Then we will, sorry, then we will proceed and we'll go to next destination where we will rest a little bit and do whatever we have to do, take shower. Evening program, we got a chance more to distribute books by preaching. So Lokanath Swami, one day he came, he showed that the trick how to distribute books in front of the crowd. So and Sanatan Prabhu got very inspired. So he was a main driving Shakti to distribute the books. We were distributing 10 books, 20 books, but when Sanatan Prabhu, he started to take care of the book distribution. We started to distribute 100, 200 those days, Bhagavad Gitas plus small books. And it built up so that after some month, only we started to accumulate funds in our account. And now instead of asking the head office in Delhi, Padayatra office for money, we used to lend them money or give them money. We got Lakshmi also, and book distribution became very big. So all this Padayatra, it spread. Of course, Lokanath Swami got full blessing of Srila Prabhupada. But Jayapataka Swami, who was the one who really came up, besides all these seva he was doing for Prabhupada to spread Krishna consciousness all over, especially in Bengal. Then when he came with, let us do a big, think big. Let's do a big Padayatra in 84. And since there, the Padayatra never stopped. Although the amount of devotees were reduced, then came 1996 together with Lokanath Swami, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, and all the senior devotees of GVC members. They prepared a few years before that the centennial of Srila Prabhupada. And the centennial, it was so well done, glorious. Padayatra and many devotees helped to collect sacred water from holy rivers, kunds, all over Bharat Bhumi and some from other places also. More than 1,008 places water was collected to do the Abhishek of Srila Prabhupada. So Padayatra went on. Padayatra Jitul Jayapataka Swami Maharaj causeless mercy, Lokanath Swami's blessings and his guidance and his hard work and his heart and soul on Padayatra and parikramas. So we did Padayatra all over the world in more than 100 countries to celebrate the centennial of Srila Prabhupada. And unbelievable, the Padayatra is still going on. Now it is spreading. Now Padayatra, under the guidance of Krishna Chaitanya Swami, of course, by the blessings of our senior devotees, our gurus, especially Jayapataka Swami, Padayatra is going now, beside the main Padayatra that is managed by one very, very special and very exalted devotee, Acharya Das. Padayatra is being done by different Padayatras are happening in different states of India. And last year we celebrated the 30 years anniversary since Padayatra was started in 1984. And we are preparing for 2034 to celebrate the 50 years anniversary of Padayatra since it started. The Acharyas, they did Padayatra for some years. Shankara Acharya, he did for many years. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did for 6 years, Padayatra. Different acharyas, different sadhus, different saints, they did Padayatra all over Bharat Bhumi. But the Padayatra that was inspired by Srila Prabhupada and instructed by Srila Prabhupada to Lokanath Swami, and that inspiration also poured on Jayapataka Swami. And when this Padayatra was started like a big explosion in Dwarka, it's going now so in 2034 we'll be celebrating the 50th anniversary of Padayatra. So Prabhupada is Prabhupada the causeless mercy. His special blessings on this Padayatra program. So I don't know, Prabhu Akshay Godsundar.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Must I speak more, or we can take some comments and discussion?
Yeah, whatever you like, Prabhuji. If you want to speak more, you can speak more, or if you want to take questions, you can take questions as well.
Well, we can, devotee can share also, can comment. I can just talking. So
Yeah, like I
so
would
this
say,
is one part of Maharaj. Maharaj is what also I would like to conclude. And of course, after that, we can share our understanding of the greatness of Maharaj. You see, Iskcon society, when it started, Prabhupada, he opened his heart, he poured his blessings, is to everyone, without any distinction, to anyone and everyone. But some became a very perfect patra, means some could connect and understand the message of Srila Prabhupada perfectly, and they could understand Srila Prabhupada, his purports, his divine knowledge, his instructions. They could connect, and it really brought a revolution in the heart. It burned out all the impurities and they boosted them and then uplifted them from whatever situation they were, whether a lady or a gentleman, a youngster, a girl, a boy, whichever part of the world, the way some devotees understood Srila Prabhupada, took Srila Prabhupada's, even though some of them, they didn't meet him physically for many times. Some, they got initiation through letters. But the Prabhupada's mercy manifested in the heart, and they enjoy their life. Although they faced a lot of challenges on the journey, a lot of hardships, a lot of criticism. Some of the leaders faced a lot of criticism. Some are very not good, some are constructive, but some. But yet, some of them, you see, after 20 years, after 30 years, after 40 years, after 50 years, after 60 years, when you see a devotee, how much he has performed, what he has achieved, and then you can understand. You don't need to go to astrologer to understand. You can see yourself that how much he has really taken Prabhupada instructions, Prabhupada initiation, whether it is first second or any or sannyas, or whether it's a Mataji or a Prabhu, how much he has understood, how much he has connected. You can see after so many years how much he has sacrificed. And Jayapataka Swami is, I think, one of the very, very great example of a real perfect patra of Srila Prabhupada. Perfect disciple. Yeah. And as we say in Hindi, Kutta buke hazar, hathi chale bazar. So, so whatever people has to say, good or bad, and in the social media or openly, he was even attacked in Spain. But devotees must wake up and bang their head first, and they get up from the bed. And then, oh, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur Maharaj said, beat a few times with the broom, so that such thing never happened to them during the day or during the week, that they will have some kinds of funny thoughts about the spiritual master like Jayapataka Swami, or spiritual masters like Radhanath Swami. Any kinds of things, impurities coming in the head to about the spiritual master, they must run away from there and they must try to save themselves. That's why early morning must bang their head either on the floor, not hard though, or with a broom, and then shake them, and then to make sure that they continue to serve such a spiritual master and be a good disciple, be the best disciple, and not commit offenses at all, and appreciate everything being offered. Okay, so we can maybe have some comments, and devotees can correct me if I make mistakes, but can also have questions. I'll try to answer.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It was so wonderful. This I would say this is first time I am hearing a lot about about the Pad Yatra. I was not aware it is happening in other countries as well. I thought it's limited to just India. So thank you for sharing as well about that. And in between, you mentioned about like there were some dangers as well in Pad Yatra, and then so if you would like to share some like what type of challenges do devotees face in this?
Dangers, I think when the big Padyatra was there, I can't say much but I know one time Jai Vijay Prabhu told me, when, India, how it is, I'm sure you're born in India, but I don't know if you know village life. No, villagers, they will worship you when you go and they will take care of you. They will touch your feet. Some of the states, they come and they put their head on your feet.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you done something wrong or mistakes, they will give you good massage, lathi massage.
Oh, okay.
so, so you must be a little careful. Some states we had difficulty. I mean, especially when I was there, we had some fights and some
Oh,
physical attack on us. But of course, nothing like what is happening in Bangladesh or whatever.
yeah.
No
Okay.
such thing. But and weather challenges. Like one time when we were walking through Kerala, I think it was not planned a bit well. It was raining every day. Every day we were walking in rain. And when we started from Trivandrum, every day. And devotees, several of them left. Our crew became down to 15, I think. And Jai Vijay Prabhu went for visa renewal in Delhi. because when he was here, he used to maintain all equipments, the rath, the deity rath, the chariot, the bullock cart with all the projector. Those days, Jai Vijay Prabhu used to show the reels, on projector, because before joining, he was working on the airports, putting movies on the aeroplanes.
Okay.
But those days, they had in the 80s, they had these big, I don't know how many millimeter,
Mhm.
but we used to show these movies made by Yadubar Prabhu and Mataji, his wife. The Ever Well Wisher, the Wall of Hare Krishna, and the Land of Vrindavan, and the Golden Avatar, and the Wall of Hare Krishna and the Golden Avatar. I have seen these movies practically every day because they used to show every day on the Padayatra. The more I see, the more I used to appreciate and enjoy them, especially the Ever Well Wisher. So Jai
Oh.
Vijay Prabhu used to show these movies. So some places during the whole walk in Kerala that year, our equipments got damaged and our bull got sick. And I remember there was a ghati when we left Goa and we were coming to Londa, a town called Londa, before coming to Belgaum. We were completely devastated. And
Mm.
when Jai Vijay Prabhu came from Delhi, he saw us, the crew has gone down, and he was a bit not happy with us. And we had to carry our bullocks. One was Bhim, and I think another one was Narottam or Barfi. We had to put them in trucks and ship them to Belgaum temple where the devotees there. When we reached Belgaum, Iskcon that year, they were early 90s. They received us and we feel so relieved. And the rain also stopped and we had very good time. And slowly Jai Vijay Prabhu and all the devotees renovated the equipments. So a lot of things happened. The weather and the people, sometimes they are very good. Sometimes the areas we use, there was very tense communal problems and sometimes other difficulties. One of the other difficulties we faced was some of the states it was difficult to find the nalwala. I mean, to put just metal shoes in our bullocks because without bullocks, the yatra got crippled. And without this proper person who is skilled, who put the nal, then our bullock lotus legs get worn out and very difficult for them to pull a load and walk on the tarred road. It was not easy. So unbelievable, slowly our devotees learned the skill. Jai Vijay Prabhu, Sanak Sanatan Prabhu, Krishna Balaram Prabhu from Nepal, several of them, they learned the skill, the art of putting. And Ishtadev came after some years. Ishtadev Prabhu also, he learned the art of putting. And there were a few disciples of Jayapataka Swami on Padayatra, that very good disciples. First of all, Radha Duti Prabhu was there for some time. Then some part of Bengal, Bhadracharu Prabhu, he helped us a lot. Goranga Prem Prabhu, who is in charge, he was sannyasi now, he used to help us a lot. Then I think 4 devotees came to walk with us all the way from Mayapur to Puri. Nitai Dev, Siddhar Sham, Sitapati, some of them. Especially 4 of them, they came doing very sweet melodious kirtan. So several and disciples of Jayapataka Swami still came because it was boosted and initiated by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami. So is it okay?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji, I understood. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for sharing. So if any devotee wants to ask anything, so you can ask now. You can raise hand, and then we can one by one unmute you. Hare Krishna.
So,
Yeah. Any devotee wants to ask anything from Prabhuji?
So if there's no question or
Yeah.
comments, then we can, is always already time, no? It's time.
Yeah.
So also I like to thank Madhav Kanta Prabhu who inspired me to say something.
Yes.
I got the opportunity to serve Madhav Kanta in Delhi temple when I was there for a couple of years, some years. Send me this service together, and I was able to. He's serving Maharaj sometimes, and he's looking after his temple in the mountain there.
Yes.
So thank you very much. If there's no question, so
Thank you. Thank you so much, Raji. So, Swati,
Thank you.
want to say something?
Yes, no,
Yeah.
just want to thank you, Prabhuji. The more we hear about Guru Maharaj, the more we desire to serve him. So, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. We are used to our comfortable lifestyle. I mean, what all you must have faced, really incredible, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Thank you.
So there is a question from Srinivas Nitaya Prabhu. Srinivas Nitaya Prabhu. How is Padiyatra in foreign countries? So is it only limited to sub countries?
first of all, nice you have a good name, Akshay Gorsundar. Gorsundar is the deity of Padyatra. So Nitai Gorsundar. In other countries, like in Mauritius, we didn't have much. We had one bullock for some time, but we walked without bullock cart most of the time, and we did Padyatra with Kirtan. Some places they had ox cart. Some places they carried the palanquin and they walked, but they did walk in many countries with a group of devotees doing Kirtan, and they were arranged proper place to go and rest and do evening program all over. Amazing. South America, North America, Canada, everywhere Padayatra was done. And I'm sure for this 50th anniversary in 2034, our Padayatra office admin devotees, Lokanath Swami and Chaitanya Swami, and many devotees will be gearing towards organizing Padayatra again all over the world to celebrate this. I think this is the only Padayatra I think they have walked 250,000 kilometers total. More, I think, more than that. So is this year it went on the record book of India, or the yes, that Iskcon Padayatra, taking the holy name, taking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, taking Nityananda Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada's Vigraha, going all over the India, all over the world. Okay. So nice, Chaitanya, sorry, Gorsundar Prabhu.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
So thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for giving us your valuable time and valuable association, and telling us a lot about the Padyatra, which generally we don't hear about in our classes as well, in lectures as well. And I got to know, okay, like when this Padyatra started, like after 500 years of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. So many different things I got to know, and we all got to know. So we thank you on behalf of Iskcon Seshadripuram and all the assembled devotees. And we want to thank you, Prabhuji, by chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Thank
Hare.
you to Madhav Kanta Prabhu. Madhav Kanta, thank you.
Hare
Okay, all the best. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Hare Krishna, thank you.
ठीक है
जबरदस्त बोला है पद यात्रा का
जी प्रभु जी
to leave.
ठीक है, मैं यही कंक्लूड करता हूँ।